add this in here, because honestly, if you stay this long, you deserve to know. And anybody else who asked the question, I'll be like, you never watched the video.
Nani na na na, top girl from Atlanta. Nani na na na, Nani, you a star girl. You will have it all. Booking flights around the world. Na na na, na na na. Oh, Nani, you a star girl. You will have it all. Go ahead and show it off. Na na, Nani, Nani, na na na.
Hello, beaches, and the time has finally come for my flight attendant series. Thing after thing after thing has been happening that has been preventing me from starting the series. This series is really going to be talking about all the things that you guys have been asking me questions on. It is probably going to consist of 5 to 7 videos based on flight attendant content and flight attendant questions. Today's video, I'm going to be starting off with the look, because I feel like that is the very beginning. Because whether you're doing your virtual interview or your in-person interview or you're on the line, the look is most important. That is going to be a determining factor of first impression. I wanted to do a video that is just showing you how I do my flight attendant look or my flight attendant makeup. So with my company, I feel like obviously so many of you ask me what company I work for, even though I feel like it is so obvious. My company is the top US airline. I mean, I can't tell you anything else. Like, I don't know how people don't know. I feel like my company is very, very traditional and also kind of conservative in the look that they have. We do not have any rules on being able to show tattoos. There's been rumors that we're going to get something where it can be smaller than a credit card. I don't know if that's true or not. I've been hearing that since I started, and it's about to be 2 years, so I don't know. And as far as our look goes, based off of like our actual like rule book of looks, they expect you to look a certain kind of way. You are going into your flight attendant interview. With my company, at least, they do tell you how to dress on paper. I don't know how it is now. Obviously, when I interviewed, it was really over 2 years ago, because it took time for me to actually become a flight attendant in training and all that. But we were given pretty much a guideline of how we were supposed to look for our in-person interview, and very specifically told to not dress like a flight attendant for the airline, meaning do not try and match the color, whatever. Now, there were definitely people that still did that and got the job, whatever, but I just feel like the mass majority did not do that. I feel like it's such a fine line, because some people are like, oh, well, I did this and I got the job. There's always going to be an exception to the rule in every single thing. Like, there was somebody in my hiring group when I got my CJO that wore bright blue. It was literally like a bright royal blue, and she looked gorgeous. But that is not the standard. Not everybody is going to be able to get the job and look like that. So I'm going for the more like standard, how should you be looking as a flight attendant? And also when going on the line, this is more of like, if you're gonna be in film or anything like that, the look that they want you to have, it is clean. So if you are getting ready to go into your virtual interview or into your in-person interview, I'm gonna start with hair. I would say go into it with a slick back bun, ponytail, or if your hair is above your shoulders, you can go into it with a bob, or if you have like a shortcut, that's fine. My airline does, when you're on the line, you have to have your hair not touching your shoulders. It has to be above, like you cannot have your hair down if it's longer. I see girls that are not in that all the time. In the beginning processes though, like your interview and training, when you're about to get your CGO, when you're going for your in-person, they're gonna be a lot stricter than when you're on the line. So that's something to keep in mind. I definitely see flight attendants that have long hair, even though it is out of compliance, they do it. They do say that if your hair is longer than your shoulders, it needs to be in a ponytail, it needs to be in a bun. I do suggest going into your flight attendant interview like that. I went into my flight attendant interview like this. You guys can watch my flight attendant video that I did in regards to my interview. I recorded my actual interview in-person day. Keep your hair in compliance. Again, keep it in a bun. I feel like it's the neatest and the cleanest, and it is the look. Whether you do it like this or you do the exact same thing and have it in a ponytail, it just needs to be clean. Do say if your ponytail is beyond your bra strap or longer than your bra strap, it needs to be in a bun. Again, this is just the look that they are looking for. And I feel like when you go into your virtual interview or your in-person interview with that look, you already kind of have that clean look. Now, once you get in training, it is a requirement, at least for my company throughout training, for you to follow the rules of compliance in the look. That's for hair. Really quickly, I want to touch on nails. For nails, they do require them to be shorter than these. Mine are a little long. I am currently on leave, so I'm not working. They're not seeing me. on the line. They're a lot less strict on these things. I do feel like if you're going for the interview and you already have long nails, I would not suggest longer than this. I also would try to keep it neutral and not crazy designs and all that. Again, keep it clean. Think like clean girl aesthetic, or with guys, like the clean aesthetic. No tattoos showing at all. I would not have any tattoos showing, at least in your interview. The first time I did my interview, I disclosed my tattoos. The second I did not. I don't know if that had anything to do with me getting the job or not, but I was like, I don't have any. Like, because I'm basing it off of when I'm in uniform, do I have tattoos showing? I do not. So that was not mentioned. And I feel like for me, the first time going through and not getting it, and then the second time getting it, I don't know if that has something to do with it, but I would not disclose that. But yeah, nails, keep it clean, keep it like short if you can. My job does require them to be shorter than this. So this doesn't seem like that long. I don't know if my hands are ashy. This doesn't seem like that long, but they prefer shorter nails. And they also, once you're in training, require them to either be a French tip, a nude, like natural, or red. That is it. And then I'm gonna show you guys what I do for my makeup. I start with a primer. If you don't have a primer, baby, it's not that deep. I know some girls' instinct is to go with a full beat. Now, I know a girl who was in training and she had a full beat all the training. Like, it just was her style. But I do feel like the clean, again, I'm gonna keep stressing this, the clean aesthetic just works. Like something that's not too heavy, like they see your face, like it just looks natural and clean. Same with like earrings. Like I have my earrings in, little pearls. They do require you to have studs. You're not allowed to have hoops. Again, just like the clean, natural, simple look, I feel like is what they're looking for. There are other airlines where you can be a little more eclectic and show your personality and have tattoos. If that is your route, then go that route towards a airline that gives you more personality and things like that. But I feel like other airlines are stricter, just the same way like with Emirates, their hair is required to be up at all times. There is no ponytail, there is no hair down. So yeah, just paying attention to like what the look of the airline that you're applying for is, or what you see them as. Like search online, search on TikTok, search everywhere and be like the company you want to work for, flight attendant, or flight attendant get ready with me, and see what they look like. I feel like that's kind of how I determined how I was going to go to my interview. I am using the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop, which is just a blurring skin tint. I would use a skin tint, a tinted moisturizer, something that still allows your skin to peek through. If you do have acne or acne scarring or anything like that, yeah, of course, do what makes you feel confident, because it's gonna be what makes you feel the best when you're in your interview. But I do feel like the natural look looks really clean. But obviously, if I had acne marks and stuff like that, I'm not gonna feel my best or feel confident if I go in the interview and those things are showing. So do what makes you feel comfortable ultimately, but just think about how the actual company itself, their look is, because I feel like that's the best bet for you to be successful in your virtual interview and your in-person. Virtual is a little bit easier because virtual, you're likely on a webcam. I slapped my makeup on, I literally think 5 minutes before my interview, and I was actually 3 minutes late. Don't do that. Keeping it simple, keeping it natural. Skin tint, clean, easy. And then I go in and I use a concealer, and I am just going to conceal my under eye. If you are not like really good with makeup, honestly, so many girls went without makeup at all. You don't have to wear makeup, but I'm just giving you guys like perspective on the look, if you are going to wear makeup or do your hair a certain way. Just kind of give you guys perspective on what that might look like, at least for my airline, and I guess the success that I've seen with people with my airline. After that, I'm going in with a translucent powder. This is a Laura Mercier, and I think honey gold or honey something, translucent honey. I'm going to place it underneath my eyes lightly. I'm not doing too much. Just placing that so my under eye does not crease. And same on the other side. When I'm flying, I'll be completely blunt with y'all, I don't wear makeup, but definitely in training and like for photos, like everything, interviews, I wore makeup. And this was exactly the makeup that I wore. If you go back and look at my video of my flight attendant interview, this was the makeup that I did. That's everything that I do for my base face, and then I go in with a bronzer. This is the Maybelline City Bronzer in 300, and I just warm up my face. So I go and I warm up, not with any crazy contour, but just warming up my face so it's not all one color. And I warm up my forehead, not too much, but a little bit. And then blend that out. And now it just looks like I'm not just one color. Not just one color looking crazy. And then I just go in with some blush, and this is the NARS one. I cannot say because y'all know how NARS is with their names, but just look at the colors, and yeah, it's their blush duo. And this is really all I do for my face. I don't do highlight, I don't do anything crazy, because again, I want it to look natural and clean. And then after that, I am going in with my Urban Decay brow beater. Oh my God, let me actually talk to you guys really quick about this. I ended up getting 2 PR recently. Y'all know your girl is like a baby YouTuber. We're going up, we're getting there. But I recently got promo from 2 companies, one being the Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb. If you know, you know. This is like one of the girlies best scents out here. It's so freaking good. Then the thing that I got from Urban Decay. So I already used the Urban Decay brow beater for my brows. Urban Decay sent me this super freaking cute PR box, and it was their Big Bush promo. I already did a TikTok on this. If you follow me on TikTok, I did a TikTok, a reel, and a short. But it says, do you have a big bush? Which I thought was so funny. And it comes with this fur oil, and it says for down there, hair, skin, and more. And it's pretty much just an oil for your lady parts. It's a light oil that can go on the sensitive areas, okay? They gave me these 2 gels for the brows. The last thing they gave me was the Urban Decay brow blade. So this one is like the brow beater, except this one is a ink stain and a waterproof pencil. But yeah, thanks to Urban Decay, I was so excited about that. But if y'all did not see that short or that TikTok, go check it out. But yeah, love Urban Decay's brow products. This was not sponsored, obviously. They sent me that for promo, but I wanted to mention it because I actually already used their pencil. I pretty much just take the pencil and I will draw hair-like strokes, like a couple of them. I have like sparser brows in the front of my eyebrows, so I will do little sparse hair strokes that copy the hair that I already have. Obviously, makeup is going to be based on your look. Like obviously, if you don't have thicker brows like me, you may have to do a different kind of brow, and that is no problem. You don't have to like do super natural brows if you don't have any brow hair, because obviously, like again, you want to look and feel your best. I'm just giving you guys the look that I do and the look that I feel like is the look that I see most flight attendants have. Okay, I'll do a couple of brow strokes in my brows just to make sure that they are a little bit fuller. I'm gonna add a little lip balm on because my lips are feeling a little dry. And I go in with a brow gel. I'm not gonna mention this brow gel because I actually really dislike it and I just don't know where my other one is right now. But then I just take a little bit of clear brow gel and I brush up my eyebrows, and I feel like it gives like the super natural look to the brows. And then I'll go in with a setting spray, and this is just the All Nighter by Urban Decay. And then I go in with mascara. You want them to see your face, but you want your personality to kind of shine more than everything else. And that's why I'm saying, like, if you don't wear makeup, you can definitely go with nothing. Like, if that's what you choose. But I like to go with just regular mascara. Now this one is the Better Than SEX by Too Faced. It is one of my top 3 favorite mascaras. Number 1 is definitely Patrick Starr's it's like in a red container. I'm blanking on it right now, but that's my favorite mascara. And my second favorite is the YSL mascara. Actually, I think that's here. YSL Lash Clash mascara. But again, I'm about to take this off, so I'm not gonna use my favorite. You guys see, it's like nice and clean and pretty. Like, I don't know, it just looks good, but it's not like doing too much, if that makes sense. Last thing I am going to show you is the lips. And I'm just taking a little wipe, or you can use like tissue, whatever. This is actually a wax strip for brows, but I'm gonna take my lip gloss off, just taking the foundation off of my lips. Then I go in with a nude gloss. This is my favorite nude gloss ever. Every time I go and buy it, I buy like 4, and I am now out, so I need to go and get some more. But this is the Butter London in Birthday Suit. It's just a really, really natural, pretty plain nude. And I can't remember if I went with this. I want to say I went with this. I don't think I went with any color on my lips for the interview. But this color is so freaking nice as far as a natural makeup look, and that is literally the look that I would go with into my flight attendant interview. Some people like the red lip. This is like the look that I would go for, but I am gonna show you guys the red lip just because that is it's just so typical. It's just so typical. But I'm gonna show y'all the red lip, or at least the red lip that I do, because you guys asked me about it on my 1-year anniversary video or my 1-year update video. What lip was I wearing? I use a NYX lip liner. This is just the NYX retractable lip liner, and this is just in the color red. So I'm using this to outline my lips, and I'll fill in just a little bit of my lips. I am putting on a liquid lip, so it's gonna cover my lips regardless, but I just fill it in so it stays just a little bit more. So I do this first. And the lip that I use, y'all, now this baby has been beat up because she has been used consistently for 2 years. But this is the Rihanna Stunna lip paint. So the Fenty Stunna lip paint. And this is an uncensored. Y'all ask me all the time what is like the perfect flight attendant girly red. This is her. Then you have the nice, beautiful, bright red lip. This lip lasts me 4 hours. If you guys watch my video for my 1-year update, or my, was it 1-year update? Yeah, 1-year update. It stayed on the entire video. I was drinking coffee. This is the look. So you can either go with that like natural neutral lip, which is with the Butter London birthday suit, or go with the Fenty and go with the red. But the base makeup is pretty much the same, of like classy, clean girl aesthetic. Red is not necessarily clean girl aesthetic, but y'all get it. Like this is the look, but you get it. This is the look. Like when everybody talks about like the flight attendant look, it normally is this. I know a lot of people have been asking me for a video on tattoos and covering up tattoos. The reason why I have not done that video, I will just add this in here, because honestly, if you stay this long, you deserve to know. And anybody else who asked the question, I'll be like, you never watched the video. Reason why I have not done a video on tattoo cover up is because the product that I use has been discontinued. So when I was doing my tattoos with clothing, I just made sure everything was covered here. So I made sure that I had a button up that was covered at least to my red. I can't see because it's like opposite, but covered up to my red. A white button up is what I wore to my interview. And then I wore like black pants, black shoes, clean. Again, follow what they say to wear. It says it. Business, casual, or professional, and black and white. I don't know all the other things. I think it was like navy and white or black and white. Professional. Keep it there. I was using Dermablend. This is not the color. Obviously you guys can see this is very, very white. So this is not the one that I used, but when I originally bought it, my mom bought this one in this like very, very, very light color, and then it was the wrong color, so we ended up reordering it, and we never returned this one, so it just ended up being here. But this is what I used. It was a Dermablend leg and body makeup. It has sunscreen, and then I also used the exact same Dermablend setting powder that they have, which does oxidize it quite a bit. So really, go a few shades later. Don't go your exact shade because it definitely oxidized. But again, on here it says up to 16 hours of color wear, transfer, and smudge resistant with Dermablend setting powder. This, y'all, was my holy grail, honestly, through training to make sure nothing was ever seen with my tattoos. I did wear a watch during training. You're not allowed to have an Apple Watch, but it was much easier on the line to get an Apple Watch band that was like bigger. But I also had a Fitbit that just covered because it was like smaller. So I actually had 2 watches on. You just couldn't have an Apple Watch that sent like text messages and stuff. So on the line you can have that. During training you couldn't. So yeah, covering up tattoos. Find a tattoo specifically for tattoos makeup, because this is the makeup that they used. If you guys remember the guy who's like the most tattooed guy in the world, they covered him completely in Dermablend. That's what they covered him in, and it literally made him look like he had no tattoos at all. It was actually a really cool process, and this is like in the beginning YouTube days, and I remember watching that video. But yeah, this was my holy grail. Everybody asked me how I cover my tattoos during training. this was it. That's everything I have on the flight attendant look or the flight attendant aesthetic that you should go into with training and going into your interview. So if you guys have any other questions on looks or compliance, comment that down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and I love y'all. See you on the next one. Bye guys.
Small world with big dreams, bad girl with big things. Nani, you the drip queen. Elevator a big deal. Nani na na na, top girl from Atlanta. Nani na na na.